What's good, y'all? Jed with Project Reanimate here. Just recently, I went to the grocery store and I was there to buy a few items. So I stopped off in the pasta aisle because I had to get some pasta and some soup. So I'm standing there. I've gotten my things. I'm down texting on my phone, just texting. And I've been standing in this one spot for like 3 minutes, just texting. And I see out of the corner of my eye a dude that looks like Paul Giamatti. If Paul Giamatti were my uncle, who is a pastor. But instead of me becoming a pastor and finding God, he found timeshare. So I see him out of the corner of my eye. He comes walking over and he stands within like 3 inches of me. And this dude's relatively small compared to me. He's very small compared to me. And that's the joke. If you know my uncle, my uncle's a small guy, but he's everything, man. He's got such presence and power. But nonetheless, this guy is like standing right beside me now, and I'm like, he's gonna want something that invariably I am standing in front of, right? That's the whole game for some people that are like him. So I just kind of like, he goes, "Can you move?" He said, "Can you move?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so I stepped over and like 3 or 4 inches gave him enough room. And so I went back to texting. Finally, out of my peripheral, I can see him like looking kind of towards me, and he goes under his breath, but kind of at me. You know that tone that people take. He goes, "I'm looking for angel hair pasta. Can't seem to find it." I'm like, this dude's asking for my fucking help now. Excuse me. Um, so anyway, I'm gonna try to edit the f bomb out. That's why I stopped and started thinking about it. Anyway, he like says that, and I turn around and I'm like, "Oh man, let me help you out." And so I'm looking, and I'm not really looking. I'm just standing there, kind of looking toward him, toward the pasta, like right in the middle of it, and. He's got his hand on a package of pasta, and he's just doing a number like this, and his hands are small enough that he can't really grab the pound of pasta at like more than one at a time, but he's trying to get like 4 or 5 of them, and he's digging at it, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I got, oh there they are," and he had his hand on them, and so he's like, "I got him," and he just is still doing that and kind of looking at the pasta. Now, he's wearing like a suit and tie. I mean, he's pretty well put together. And so I, in that moment, think like I could get mad about this. It might be a thing that I could get mad about, but I didn't. I didn't get mad about it. I thought it was funny. And so I just reached over and right by his hand, like holding onto this angel hair pasta, I tapped the angel hair pasta and I was like, "There it is." And he just goes, "Yep." And walked away. And it was just the funniest thing to me. But as I thought about it, it also became like a lesson in my mental health walk. So that's kind of what this video is about, really. It's about telling the story and then telling like who I would have been years ago. Just 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I would have been upset that he had walked up on me. I would have been upset that he needed to be in a space that was right where I was at. I don't even know if like the pasta was where I was standing. I wasn't paying enough attention to my geography. But after therapy, after learning trauma responses, after learning triggers, after learning how to breathe and take care of my mental health and realize that peace comes first, I was able to have interactions like I'm having now at groceries when there's somebody who's less than friendly. He was not friendly by any means. And the entire reason that I like tapped on the pasta that he had his hand on was to be like a troll to him, like just an ass to see if I could like break him. But he was unwavering in his seriousness. And I try to, give him some space and go like, he might have been going through something and that was all he could muster. I completely get it. But even the person I am now today would have never recognized that. Or not the person I am now today. The person I used to be would have not recognized that there was an opposite or potential other perspective. It would have been he needed me out of his way, and I feel like I've been inconvenienced and I feel like I'm in the way. And a thing for people my size often, and sometimes with me, is that we feel in the way because there's so much of us. Like, I am 600, holy shit. I am 6 foot 6 inches tall and I weigh 390 pounds. And it's mostly the fat is right here in my tummy. So I present quite large. And sometimes I feel like I take up too much space for the world that I'm in because nothing fits me, yada, yada, yada. That's another story. But what I'm saying is, mental health is very important to me. It's very important to me that you, as an individual, take care of your mental health. So you can go to the store and have interactions that suit your personality and suit your availability for the world that don't turn into grumbling, grumpy messes like mine were. And I'm not going to try to project onto any of you who you are or how you would have handled it. I simply am saying I used to get that very wrong, and now I got it very right, in my opinion. I trolled this guy. I was trying to break him internally to get him to laugh. He didn't laugh. I didn't take offense to that. I didn't need to take offense to him standing in my way, and I didn't. And it's because I've had a 3-year-long process of going to therapy, learning how to control my behavior, learning who is in control of my behavior. Only myself, no one else, unless I have to be controlled, but that's neither here nor there. It's not going to happen. So for you, I want to encourage you to get your mental health checked out. If you feel like something's not quite there, not quite right in your experience in life, you should explore options to clean this thing up. It might be a rattle trap full of garbage. And it's not to say you're not smart. It's not to say that the rest of your person is not healthy, but maybe there's thoughts in there that need to be checked out. I encourage you. If I can do it, 6.5 feet tall, almost 400 pounds, man, I'm bald, I'm bearded, I'm white. I got all the best parts going for me. And I still needed help. If you need help, please reach out to someone. If you need help and you don't know who to talk to, but you feel comfortable with me, reach out to me. I can be a person that you can lean on, and we can start getting you into therapy. I've had 3 or 4 of my friends in the last couple of years tell me they're going to therapy, and that I was a big part of that, and I'm so appreciative of that because of my own walk with therapy and finding a way to get rid of my garbage. So I encourage you to find a person that you can talk to and reach out to me. Project Reanimate out.